All right, there's a delay here because I don't know if we're actually live because Pez isn't here. So if you're hearing this, my voice is reaching you. Pez, next time just go to your computer, hit live, and then come back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Three Dads on a Console. We know not every dad can stay up to date on the latest and greatest in video game news that you need to know about. So we are here to do it for you. Remember, this show is kid-friendly, so no earmuffs are needed. Now on with the show. I'm one of your hosts, Wobble Plays, alongside, as always, the Court Lalon. Hello, Court.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing
Game
good.
Awards Eve, I guess. The show we all watch just for the trailers and not the actual awards.
Jeff Keighley, miss.
They could literally, like, think about it. It's like E3 with awards. That's all it is. What E3 used to be, because E3 is
How
dead.
dare you stand where they stood?
Whatever, man.
That's what it is.
I literally do not like the awards. Like, even this year for best game, I'm like, I played maybe 2 of them.
Oh, I didn't play many.
Spider-Man 2 is so good, but the 2 games I love this year, because the Game Awards tomorrow. My 2 favorite games this year are Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty. I gotta make sure it's Phantom Liberty, and Spider-Man 2, and Star Wars. I guess those are my 3.
Fair.
Oh, and
But we'll
NHL
be
24 just for honorable mention, just because I know it'll bug Wabba and I love the game.
Love it. But we'll be talking more Game Awards in just a little bit. As you saw, because of the delay, Pez is gone, but we are joined by the illustrious, The Rock, some might say, RobbyBobbyMiller. Miller.
Hey, Indiana boy. So we got rid of Pez usually wears the big
I know,
banner.
we traded off.
We just traded up. We traded up today.
Yeah.
We went
just a little.
we went from orange to blue, basically.
Oh, there you go. Yes. Bright to dark. There we go.
It's Spotify people in shambles. Yeah, tell the folks a little bit about you. Robbie, we know you very well. You know, we've kind of known you from the jump, which has been a lot of fun. But for folks who aren't familiar with you and what you do, give them a little bit of introduction.
I am Bobby, but more people know me as RobbyBobbyMiller. I just recently started my podcast, The List. I had half an episode, but work's been pretty crazy. So I haven't caught up on that. And life, I have 2 kids. So get a little busy. But other than that, I'm just an old school gamer that just likes to hang out and, chill with people, play games, like-minded.
Dude, old school. He's got a actual TV you could hook up to a Super Nintendo behind him.
He's got the CRT in the background. It's so good.
I saw one. So I didn't know there's a local. That's how I got NHL 94 and 95. Probably my 2 favorite games of all time. But I was at the doctor's office, and there's a retro game store in there. It's called Microplay in Newmarket, Ontario. That doesn't give away where I live, just gives away where my doctor is. That's all. But
HIPAA.
But
wait, there's no HIPAA in Canada.
Free healthcare.
Sorry,
we don't need that.
Free stock.
I don't know. I'm not like quoting
too.
I'm like, oh, American law, but it. Never mind. Sorry.
So, and I saw this place, and I'm like, whatever. And I walk in, and I was in awe. They had Super Mario. What was it? Super Mario RPG was like $400, but I got NHL 94 and 95 for $40. Like, it's unbelievable. So excited. So excited.
You were losing money not buying it.
Yeah, but I look at what's behind RobbyBobbyMiller, and I'm just like,
oh,
I can see
the other
Tony
half of the
Hawk.
room. I have boxes of Pokemon cards and baseball cards and
Waba's like, I just
Pokemon tins. Oh, my wife would love it if you came over to take some of this stuff.
Waba's like, when's your estate sale?
So I was mentioning before, and Court's like, go live, go live, go live. So I just had a big hit. I sold a T-shirt. I bought it for $1. I held on to it, and I bought it in the summer. It just sold for $225.
Ooh.
A vintage shirt from 1996. It is the most valuable vintage piece of clothing that I've gotten, and that's not the only one from that batch. And I've got people messaging about some of the other stuff, not as valuable as that, but that was a big hit for me this week. So I've been in a good mood since Monday when that sold.
I wonder how much I could get for my Michelangelo still in its package. Accidentally, though, like the 1989 Michelangelo. It's accidentally still in its package. It wasn't purposeful. It was just found in its package after my grandma passed away. Like,
I got these nice shoes from signed by Stefan Diggs when he played in Maryland. Yeah,
Sheesh. Oh my
Oh,
you could
goodness.
if we go
sell
into
those off.
memorabilia, my basement is just redonkulous. The very first time I ever spoke to Waba, I gave him a tour on the laptop and showed him my base. It's stupid. It's just
Yeah.
absolutely atrocious. But that's all
Yeah, I have
sports
crap
memorabilia, and I
everywhere.
always like who's willing to pay for it. But like, you can use eBay for the stuff Waba sells.
It's just
Yeah,
you could go to your local transfer station for the stuff that I sell. Literal garbage sometimes.
Mind you,
But
but it's fun
Robbie can
though.
make a pretty penny with what's behind him.
oh yeah.
Yeah, this is just a quarter of it. The rest of it's in bins and boxes over here,
I
and in
love the display
storage.
though. How you have like the lights and stuff. It's not just I
Oh
have it
yeah,
out, but it's I have it out on display. Also, if you're on Spotify, come hang out on youtube.com/that's on a console because you're missing the good background. At least better to look at than my green screen that shows my punching bag every now and then. Um, so we, as I mentioned before, we've got a few things to talk about today. The first is, sorry, my notes went away.
Avatar.
Avatar.
So
Thank you.
Court has been. I shouldn't talk in the third
Ford
person.
has been. He's
So
talking third person.
yeah, yeah.
If you smell what the court
Um,
is cooking.
Thanks to Ubisoft Canada, they provided me a code for review, and the embargo is today, so I can actually talk about. I've only actually, I got the game yesterday. I've played about 3 hours of the game, so these are all just fresh impressions. Um, I will
Fresh
say this:
impressions.
it is not a Far Cry clone as everybody thought from previews and from trailers. That is not what this game is.
Wondered that.
It is 100% a third person action game, a first person action game. Like that is definitely there. But I will say this, you do realize that your character is tall. So the Navi are very tall, right? In the movies. That does come into play as you're playing in the game. I'll say that much.
I like
Um,
that.
the systems in it are far more complex than anything we've ever seen in a Far Cry game. There is a crafting system, there's an upgrade system, there's a skill tree. There are all these different things. You can add different mods to your weapons and your outfits. That is not something we've ever done in a Far Cry. Probably might be coming in a next Far Cry or something, but um that's Far Cry is more funny, blow them up, have fun with it, right? This is a good story so far. I can't speak for the rest of the game. I've only, like I said, played 3 hours. Um, the only thing I'm finding cumbersome right now is the traversal. It takes a very long time to get across the map, but I know that I do get to unlock a mount. I just haven't got there. I'm like the next mission, but
Mhm.
that is definitely needed, and I wish it came sooner. Because you do have a stamina where you have to, if you're walking across the thing, you have to eat food and all that. And if you've ever heard me talk about video games, you know I'm not a big fan of that. But once you get the mount, I heard that no longer becomes an issue. The combat is pretty good. I would suggest getting a gun as soon as humanly possible, because using a bow against guys with guns is it's not fun. I was getting killed a lot, but it still poses a challenge. You have to learn and you have to be more stealthy and so on and so forth. It's once again not like Far Cry where you can just run and gun and kill everybody. That's not going to happen. You're not going to get a sniper rifle like Far Cry and just kill things. But they do have the Ubisoft, I guess we'll call it a trope. There, instead of climbing a tower to unlock the map to see where everything is, you have to take over a certain base of the RDA. I think it's called RDA, the bad guys. And this takes place also, by the way, sorry, my apologies. This takes place between the first one and the second movie. So it has nothing, you don't have to have watched the movies. They give you these are all brand new characters. It's its own story. So yes, you unlock the map will show up and show you things as you take over these camps, and they're not easy to take over. So once you do that, what it'll do is it'll revitalize the foliage in the area. And I will say that the game looks beautiful. The water doesn't look good though for some reason, but everything else in the surroundings looks phenomenal. Um, and there's a ton of surprises in the game, and the map is huge. Absolutely huge. The beginning intro, like most Ubisoft games, like, when you play a Ubisoft game and you play for about an hour and that's when it finally drops this is the game you're playing. There is a lot of great moments in between that, building up to learning about the characters and learning about your reason for what you're doing and what you're doing. There are the issues, they're not issues. There is a segment at the very beginning of the game where, yeah, you get mad and you're like, it gives a very good motivation for your character. So far so good with this game. That's what I'll say. So far so good with Avatar.
I'm glad to hear it because Avatar was always like, I, I never, I, how do I put this? I thought it was cool, but like, I remember people were like getting like emotionally attached to the world where they were becoming like super sad when the movie was over because they like didn't get to live in Avatar world.
Yeah, that's pretty
You
sad.
guys remember hearing that?
No,
Like it was
not at all.
it was like the impact this like property had was like bigger than I've ever seen. In especially in like such a new IP. And I never got into it like that, and I felt like I was like, I'm like, do I just not get it? So to hear that the game like takes that world, which I think is cool, not to the point of being like sad that it's over, and like lets you kind of explore it, I feel like that'll connect with like a more casual fan,
100%.
like myself, and the fact that you say like, oh, like you're taller, like that, I feel like that's so overlooked in games like Perspective. It just makes it more immersive, especially because I remember like the Navi are
Yeah. Yep.
huge.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Like you're say when you're inside a building, you realize you're tall. That's all I'm
You
gonna
have to like
say.
duck down.
Yeah,
You know,
you do.
I have to deal with that a lot because you know normal 7-foot door frames are usually too
And
small for
hiding
me.
from enemies. Guess what? You're tall. Like they can see you. Figure it out.
Were you ever an Avatar fan, Robbie?
A little bit, a little bit. I'm glad to see that more games are they're being, I should say, better quality made off of movie franchises. Because I saw that whatever that last King Kong game that was made that was like completely god awful. Like it makes me feel glad that they're still trying to aim a little higher with the movie games.
Yeah, it's not a movie
But yeah,
tie-in.
that Kong.
It's
Ooh.
not like the typical movie tie-in game. It's a video game. It's an Avatar video game.
We've been getting that a lot. Same like you just mentioned, like for a game like Star Wars, like you get these stories like in the world, and I feel like that does really well because people don't want to play the movie, the game, and you know I see this like all the time. Like a lot of like we've moved away from that. Even like I know we talk about Outright all the time. Like they do movies or games, like they're not tie-ins. It's not like play the movie that you just saw. It's like no, here's the world in which it's set, and yeah, that King Kong one, man.
Yeah, those graphics were bad.
Can you imagine coming out in the same year as that Gollum game and being called the
Oh
worst
yeah,
game
that bad.
of the year?
Yes, yes. Yeah, see,
Like,
like that's an
everyone's like-
award. They needed the award show. It's like the actual works graphics.
The Razzies.
Like have fun with
for
it.
games.
Yeah. Like,
I don't. I don't like dumping on like people's like you know like this is people's like
hard
work,
work, but yeah.
but yeah, it's
But some of those
And
glitches are funny though.
that Walking
people with
Dead
the
game too
see-through
that
heads.
came out.
Oh yes, The Walking Dead. They look like squared globs. Looks like Gumby. Yeah, it's gross. Yeah, it's another bad one.
Everyone's saying we're spoiled in 2023.
We are. There's lots of great games to play. There's tons of
Fair.
great games, but there's also
You can
like
play them all on the PS Portal. They're great.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't have one of those, but I
Oh
just use
man,
my
I just got the headphones that came out today. I left them downstairs.
I just use my iPad and hook
Yeah.
my
Just-
DualSense up to it. Works pretty darn well.
I just
I
watch
was
other
just
people
shocked
play
at
on
how
Twitch.
nice it-
You have the Portal, RobbyBobbyMiller?
Yes, yeah.
Do you like
Yeah, I
it?
have the Portal. I love it. Only because it gets me away from, like, because we have the two TVs in the living room and mine's with its own chair. So I always feel like I'm not with the family and I hate that. So now with the Portal, I can sit over there and put it down and it's just so much more convenient. And it's light. Like, I thought it was going to be, like, heavy like the Switch. No, it's, like, perfect. The screen length, it's just so light and feels like you're just holding the DualSense. But it's just light. Like, I thought the screen would be way heavier like an old school iPad. But it is nice. Yeah. So I've
One thing-
enjoyed it. I mean, I would like OLED, but
I know we talked about it. I didn't get to ask this question, so I want to ask it to you, Robbie. Like one of the not concerns, but just one of the things that came up in my mind was the length of the console. Like because you're used to playing with a controller, which is set a certain way. And now you're basically like it's like you're holding like a I don't know.
An accordion?
Yeah, it's like that. That's a great analogy. Like, does that throw you off at all? Because like some of the, NHL, you suck at it. Well, but okay, I get it. But like, it
Um,
would throw off my
You
muscle memory a
do,
bit,
though.
like not having my hands in the same place.
well, I'm a horrible gamer because most of the time I have to play like here, I'm usually playing with a DualSense, but if I'm holding anything else, I have to play like this because I look at the buttons. Because square triangle
Oh.
XO is all I know. So each time when it's on a screen prompt or anything, I'm like, hold on. Like even though I know it's there, it's just I have to play without looking at it. So with the DualSense, what is nice about it is
Jeez, I gotta see
it's
this. Someone's got to film it. He's just
it's
Dude, triceps must be ripped
oh man.
from just
Oh yeah. I mean
those skull crushers.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah. The controller. I got that controller strength.
Dude, no wonder you say it's light, dude. You're doing reps every single time you want to play a game.
Yeah. I mean, it all started really when I had my first kid. Is I could never see the buttons while holding her, and like I couldn't see. So then I
Love that.
started doing this so she could just sleep in my lap,
what was
and
your
then
kid
that's
game?
where it all started.
We all have it. Like,
Fallout
mine
4.
Mine
To
was
be
Watch Dogs
honest, it
2.
was Fallout 4 on the
Fallout 4.
Xbox.
Okay.
Oh, the
It was my
fine
first
city of
Fallout.
Boston.
Yeah, I
And
had
that's
a
you
blast. I
have the
played
kids
all the
sleeping on you and you're
DLCs.
just playing video games all day.
Yes, the whole time. Yeah, it was great, and that was the most I've ever played Xbox ever. I think I played it for the first 18 months of her, for being born to 18 months. Is I played Fallout with her because she liked the background noise, like when you pause menu, kind of like GoldenEye. It was just like a somber like piano.
Doom,
Yeah,
doom,
yeah,
doom,
and she just
doom,
out.
doom.
That was
That's
the way
so
to
funny
go.
to think of. Like some kids use white noise, your child uses golden music.
They know the video game comes on, they fall asleep.
I was just at the mall with my daughter, and she was like, right before we're leaving, she's like, "Can we go to GameStop?" I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "I just want to walk around." I'm like, fair
It's
enough.
it's begun.
Yeah, 100%. She's
Yeah,
definitely
my
she was
daughter's
like
asked that too. Yeah.
she saw an EV Evolution stuffy and she lost her mind. I was like, I don't even know what that
Oh,
is, but all right. It was the water one too. So
Oh,
oh,
Vaporeon.
Vaporeon. Yeah. Yeah, I got one downstairs. Yeah, I got a few. I got a
Some
giant Cubone I got at Extra Life. Yeah.
I'm scared about PAX East. I'm not gonna lie to you, Waba, because I know that there's a giant like you can buy things area, and I just feel like I'm gonna spend money and it's gonna be bad.
Here's what I did. I honed in on a few different things in my mind, and I ended up buying. Okay, your daughter's older, so like I can bring back a rock and say that's like a special rock that like something,
Got
and
a
she'll like
PAX
be like,
East.
"Oh, that's so cool." Last time I got here, there's a company called Yogi Boo that does giant bean bags. I got her a little baby Yoda one. It was $10, but she loved it. Like, so I don't know. You just
That's
gotta
what I
bring it on
got
a
when I was
plane.
there. I got both of my kids. It was called like Floosh, and it was a little stuffy that I got there that they still have and love from PAX East. Yeah. You could buy. One recommendation I'll say is do not buy anything like custom made, like a controller or some of the stuff, because it
Yeah.
usually breaks before you go home.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna. I
Yeah,
think I'm gonna be. I'll look for used hockey video games. It's still in the case. I want them complete.
There's a
Uh,
few good ones.
I that's what I'm gonna from the NHL series. I'm looking for NHL 93 and NHL 96. Because I also, even though we're in Boston, I still also always laugh because whenever I go to the US as a hockey fan, if I want hockey memorabilia, it's actually more expensive for me to buy it in Canada, not even just because of the dollar, because it's more popular.
Hmm.
So like if you have hockey memorabilia, you'll make more money selling it in Canada than you would in the United States.
true.
Except I do have, and Waba, you're gonna be proud of me. It comes in the mail on Friday. I bought two, not one, two boxes of the Boston Bruins Centennial box upper deck, which is this is the kicker. Only being sold in Canada unless you get it at the Bruins Pro Shop, which is the most hilarious thing ever. So I was able to buy two boxes. You get a set in each box, but you also get 10, count them, 10 special cards. There could be autographs in there, everything between Bobby Orr, everybody is Bobby Orr, Pasternak, it's all Brad Marchand, Bergeron, but you get the full set in every box. You get to open the packs and you'll 100% get a set, plus you get the extra. So I've bought an extra box. And what I think I might do is right before the playoffs, throw it up on eBay. They're already on eBay. They're sold out here in Canada. I bought two boxes, but they're all gone now. I paid, I think, just over $50 Canadian a box, and they're already on eBay right now for $109.99 US.
Buy some.
Wow.
Well, no, you can't. So they're sold out in Canada now. So it started, but Waba, I'm coming to the US, buddy. I'm coming in March.
Yeah, but I need a. I'm talking about. If it's
Well,
gonna sell
actually,
for double, I'm gonna buy 10.
I think Massachusetts you can buy. Well, I look at it this way. I saw the McDavid rookie year boxes, just the box, and you're not even guaranteed a McDavid in that box of Upper Deck. They're going for $1,200.
Dude, they're all out of stock.
Yeah, it's sold out, and they're
Yeah.
not. Upper Deck's not printing it again. That's it.
Oh, here's one breakaway sport. Yeah, there's no way Canada only. Dude, come on. Our money's worth more than yours. Come on. Seriously, I'll give you 50 US. That's gonna be, what is it, 58.7?
Waba, make me a deal. Find me a Super Nintendo. We can talk business here because in that box there are guaranteed 3 autos.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, finding Nintendo consoles that's not a Wii is tough because you get all the dudes who show up. Well, actually, yard sale season's over, so, but they show up 5 hours
Sadly,
early.
and
I'm looking online here on Facebook Marketplace where you can get the good deals, and people are asking 150 for them. I think I could probably say I'll give you $75.
See what I can do.
But I got them, Waba. I got them
Okay.
coming. I get the box on Friday, and my daughter and I are gonna open it together. She's all excited.
20 SNES 115. Okay, oh, I can look. But yeah, so I know we talked about a few things, some of the bad games, but now let's talk about potentially some of the good games. So I know we talked about the Game Awards a little bit last week. But now it's tomorrow. So by the time you listen to this, some of you, it actually might be over. So you can say, wow, you're wrong, you stink. I think we might be doing a live reacts.
Maybe we'll see.
Maybe, I don't know.
It'll probably
We don't
be
care.
GTA.
The thing that sucks is like we don't care about all the categories.
well,
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I would rather just like let it all happen and then throw the trailers up the next day and like react to the trailers, to be totally, because this is just my opinion. I'm not saying like I get it, the developers get to shine, but given how some of the awards like Cyberpunk is like an ongoing game, what is that like? How is that an
Yeah.
online?
What does that even mean? It's not
And then
console. It's they're
an
fixing
indie
it.
game made by a AAA
Ongoing.
studio. What?
Yeah.
But I know the biggest one people like obviously
Adds
it's Game
market
of
space. Yeah.
that's pretty much advertisement, the show.
Yeah.
But the game of the year. So let's give our final pick. So you have Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate. Alan Wake just came out. Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4 again, Mario Brothers Wonder, and Tears of the Kingdom.
So I played 2 of them. So if I'm going by the 2 that I played, which is Mario Brothers Wonder and Spider-Man 2, my vote is Spider-Man 2. But here is who I think is going to win. It's Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah. What about you, Robbie?
I kind of feel the same. My thing is I'm a huge Resident Evil guy, and Resident Evil 4, the Ubisoft one that they made, like way back when, that was like Ubisoft Resident Evil 4 for the PC was like phenomenal. I love that. So I would definitely say the way that they did the remake, you can't beat it. I wish they would do that with games like the one that didn't really need to be named, The Last of Us 2. They didn't need to remake that. I would like. I mean, It did.
I think we're getting
first one big footage. Just
Isn't it Resident Evil 4 free tomorrow for PSVR, like just to try it?
on the VR2. Yeah,
Yeah, I think we get Resident Evil 4 for free, which I will try. And if I like it, I'll probably buy the game.
Oh, nice.
it's so good. It's one of the better ones. It reminds me of like Fallout 4, where it was like that transitional game where they tried something new, which they didn't do great with 5. Which I loved 5. I even have the Korean
I
version
saw that,
here.
so I
love 5 so much.
I was
Yeah.
the actress for
Sheba,
2. 2. She was at Toronto Fan Expo.
Oh,
She
was
was-
she?
Because Nagachaka got to meet her and he was losing his mind.
I was
He lined up for hours to meet her, and then a friend of mine, Steve Igvari, interviewed her. So when she was done, she came out of the booth and came over and just actually sat there and talked to us. And the look on his face was just like, I just waited hours, and you guys just walked up, and she
Oh.
just walked over and talked to you. I was like, yeah, it's what it is.
I'm surprised you like 5. A lot of people didn't because it was so different, and that's why I liked it.
I like the co-op.
Oh, it was great. The online co-op too, but I will say I'm 1 trophy away, and I was on like one of the last levels, and that game killed my PlayStation 3.
Oh,
So I was
is it-
playing it, and that's when my fat
Ooh.
PS3 died. So what I did, my wife was like, "Are you okay?" So I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." She's like, "Are you gonna like?" We were, and so I went online. I went to Target and I reserved one, walked in and walked back out, but my save stuff was gone. But Resident Evil 5 broke my
Yeah.
PlayStation. Still love it though.
Someone down the street from me is selling a fat PS3, but
Mm.
not backwards compat. So I guess the later
No,
one,
Don't
50
do it.
bucks.
not worth it.
Mm.
So I
Backwards
have
compatible
the
is worth it.
I have the skinny PS3. I want to get a PS2. I have a PS1. I want to get I have the Xbox 360.
I have a fat PS2.
I just want a PS2 and a Super Nintendo. I don't care about an N64. I want all my old consoles again. I have
Yeah,
an
I have
NES.
I've got 3 Xboxes. I've got 3 Xbox 360s. I've got a fat PS2.
That's a
Or-
PS. See, I'd rather the skinny PS2. That's the one I
Oh,
had.
that one?
That's the one I had.
I mean, that's what I have. That's what I used to test, but I have a lot of
PS2
consoles.
is
And then I got the ones here.
PS1 is by far the best PlayStation console of all time. I get the PS3 had amazing games and started a lot of things, but the PS1, man, it had hit it once again. It was a lot like the Super Nintendo. Almost everything was on it. It was just between
Yes.
that and like because the N64 couldn't have anything because the
Oh.
thing just wasn't that like it just no, but barely any game. That's when Nintendo was like, you know what, we'll just do first party. That's when they finally gave up. All the third party were like, I guess we're only going to make for PlayStation, and everything came out on that console. Like it was just so good.
Those were
Really
the
was.
days. I'm looking at I know we're talking like the awards, and I'm just like, maybe we won't do a react because you have okay.
It's 3.5
Court,
hours, dude.
do you care about the best esports game?
No,
Especially if I told you the esports games to choose from. Most of them are anime
Ah,
pictures, which I love. Don't get me wrong, but or do you not care about best sim/strategy?
I look at it.
Oh,
this
actually,
way.
I care about that. Never mind. That's Advance Wars.
We're parents, right? And we get like what 2 to 3 hours before like our kids go to bed, and like we have to go to bed and like start the trick all over again. Go to work, just do all the whole. I look at this. It starts 7:30 my time. So what? 8:30 your time, right? Because you're an hour behind us, right? So
Yeah.
if it's starting 8:30 your time or 7:30 my time, and it's 3.5 hours, I'm not gonna watch the whole thing.
No, and who's gonna watch us watching the whole thing?
And the biggest trailer, we're going to talk about it. The biggest trailer of the year already dropped.
Already dropped.
It beat Mr. Beast for the most watched video in 24 hours. It has more views than the Grand Theft Auto 5 trailer's lifetime.
Dang.
A 10-year,
Well,
is it 10 years? 10 years that
Yeah.
game's been out, right?
Something like
while.
that.
I love that game.
It's been
by the
too
way.
long.
But I look at the Game Awards, and this is just my perspective. Maybe it's the way we grew up. Like, remember how the Oscars used to be a big thing, and then it just got to a point where it was
Oh,
just like,
gotcha.
who cares anymore? That's my whole thing. I look at award shows now, and I'm just like, especially the Game Awards, because they put all the hype in there with all the announcements that are going to be. I can easily just sit there and wait for the announcement to go, and be like, all right, award. Don't I have the volume off? Play a video game. Announcement comes on. Pause my video game. Watch the announcement. Go back and forth. I don't care about what happens at the awards.
So it's
Yeah.
funny you say that. I was just looking at our friend Zach Hartzman at Hey Listen Games, and he tweets out, "Hey, at Jeff Keatley, on work nights my bedtime is like 8:30. So if you could be kind to start it at 5:30, that would be great. Thank you for understanding." And like we were legit saying like, yeah, like it's kind of tough. So yeah, I think trailer's the way to go. And I didn't realize it was 3 hours. I'm not about that life. I care about one award and one award only, and that's
actually
Games
thought
for
it was
Impact.
hilarious when you were suggesting what you suggested. I'm like, is Waba taking initiative? Does he realize what he's asking us to do here? And he's all
Nope,
excited to do here?
didn't realize it.
I'll be in the. I'll hop into the carpool Discord for maybe an hour, maybe. But at the same time, I don't. I have
No.
zero hype surrounding this. It's not like I'm like, oh my god, like there's nothing about it where I'm like I can't miss. If they show an Uncharted or BioShock, I'll still be able to see it on Twitter. Someone will tag me. I'll still be able like it's gonna be just like someone dropped whatever. Like it's not gonna. I don't need to see it instantly.
Yeah,
I don't
and
know.
I think also the problem is we have been let down for so long with so many like games that we've been waiting to come back. Like for me, it's SOCOM. Like I don't understand why
good.
it's not around. Like once Call of Duty got bought out, I figured, bam, first thing, Killzone or SOCOM should be back. And then after all those years of asking for it, you just kind of, you're just like, okay, it's just going to give us what they're going to give us.
Siphon filter.
No, SOCOM.
Siphon
SOCOM was the
filter,
best.
dude. Siphon filter was amazing. Think about it. What
So good.
I'm gonna give my reasoning on this. I'm literally doing a video right now for Three Dads, and Siphon filter is on my list of games that deserve a remake. I agree with
Gotcha.
you guys that SOCOM deserves a free to play. Always online. Like the game is asking to be made, right? You can have a tactical shooter online. You can have it 1v1, but you can also do teams of 4 versus 4. I think it's perfect, right? All we have is Rainbow Six in that space. But PlayStation has so many first party games and so many first person action games in this. But do they have a spycraft espionage game?
Now,
What spycraft espionage game do we have? Because the Hitman series just
like
took a
here's what it used to be. Look, we got
Oh, yep.
oh Rainbow
Resident
Six.
Evil.
Rainbow Six Vegas
We got
2 was one of the
Vegas
best.
was so good.
Yeah. Vegas was the best.
Is that sealed?
no.
I saw the silver.
Then
sticker.
even this, I forgot about this.
Soldier of Fortune was good.
Soldier of Fortune, and then last.
My only issue with SOCOM is
do
when
we not agree that we need a spycraft type Siphon filter?
Yes.
How good
I'll
was
agree.
a
I
remake
would
of Siphon
love-
filter? Because they put it on the PS Classics and I played it and it played old game as gold. Even though it was up-res,
Oh.
played old game as old so badly, and Siphon filter would be nuts. We're not gonna get it, but it would be great.
I mean, I sold it recently. Someone wanted it.
Dude, it's so good.
It is good.
I'm just whenever I hear someone talk about SOCOM in the wild, I get excited. But the only issue I had was when the fourth one came out.
Oh,
I was
that hot
laying.
garbage, yes.
I didn't mind it, but I was laying in a bush. Okay, I was laying in a bush, and someone came by, and I shot him, and then he sent me a message saying, "Oh, you something camper." I can't believe it.
Yep.
Yo, child, are you aware that's how this game is supposed to be
Whoa,
played?
Hey, stop yelling.
Yeah.
Who are you
You
yelling
are
at?
you are a zygote when I was clicking heads in SOCOM 2, okay? You don't know how this game's supposed to be played. You picked it up, you try to play it like Call of Duty where you just run and go. That's not it.
Turn it down.
I can't.
Did you play it with the PlayStation Move?
Oh, I didn't do
Remember
that. I
that?
wasn't that
Yeah.
hardcore. Oh my gosh. I saw one of those at the
Yeah,
thrift store. I
SOCOM
just
4. Yeah,
I just
have
stood there
one, yeah.
holding it. It was $10. I couldn't. How the
Only
mighty have
one.
fallen.
Yeah.
You know what I find hilarious? An Xbox. They're like $30. The original Xbox, like no one has any nostalgia for it. I look at what people have nostalgia for right now, and then I think about I like buy an Xbox because someone's gonna have nostalgia for it eventually.
I
But yes,
have three. I have three of them in my house. I never
over
had one
Game
growing up.
Awards. All I care about is the trailers. That's all I care about. I'm hoping
Yeah.
because we got that Uncharted commercial. We could I think we can all agree that was Uncharted in the PlayStation Live. That's Uncharted. That's Drake's daughter. Let's be honest here. It's not Lara Croft.
Or
Where is that game?
Maybe his daughter is Lara Croft.
So okay, I'm gonna ask you this, right? You're
my God.
what do we see from Ubisoft and what do we see from PlayStation at the Game Awards?
I don't. Prince of Persia probably.
that
Which
makes sense.
it's been a while. I waited for that forever. That used to be my thing, my ongoing joke for Game of the Year or
I will
right around
say
the
that
awards.
it is very hard, and I died a lot.
Yes, it was just you got whipped up in the sand and that was it. It was yeah. But as far as Sony, I don't know. Their marketing has been so horrible lately. Like I'm surprised the PS Portal is doing so well because it was literally like announced, and then it was like, here's your pre-order, and then they just let influencers do everything. And I'm just like, if that's the model we're going with now, like I'll still buy it because I like Sony. But it's just, like the earbuds. I got the Pulse earbuds today. I haven't heard anything about them anywhere. They came out today. They were delivered today. Like the little ones that you put in your ears. I haven't heard a peep about it.
You can be the
Not
first.
on the blog, not anywhere. I'm just like, this is crazy.
Caboose just did he does like video game YouTube stuff. He just did like a mini he just got his. He says they're great, but I don't know. I don't know how you would test out earbuds. Like are they as good as Apple's? I don't like the ones that plug inside your ear like that. I have small ear canals. They don't work. I can't have them.
Sounds like a user issue.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a me issue. 100%.
And I don't like the Pulse 3D stereo headset either. That thing's too big for my little head. Like it's
See, look at
just,
these. These
sits,
are tiny.
I have to
They
sit it
look giant
above.
on me.
Yeah. Sorry, I gotta plug my computer in. My bad.
I
That's
forgive you.
okay. I laugh
So
how many times I see consoles. Like Wobby, you have me into like trying to swap. People are like, console, no power cord. Like, what did people do with all these power cords?
so a lot of times they're like me and they keep one and then they test and then they just sell them without and they let the people buy them on Amazon.
Did you get one of these?
Oh, Backbone. That's right.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I
I
bought
had
this
one of
right
those,
before the
never used
Portal
it.
came out, and I was so mad. Yeah, I never even opened it. It's still sealed. Even my Steam Deck is still sealed. My DualSense Edge still sealed. Spider-Man controller still sealed.
Oh, the Edge is
And
working.
I never get a chance to open it. Yeah, I keep hearing about the Edge so much, mostly from Court.
Amazing. Got mine right here. Keeps my little fingies from getting hurt from NHL. So I know we talked Game Awards. We talked that it's like watching the trailers at a movie theater.
Ragwa,
People
I
just
will
want.
say this: if you play on PlayStation, get it.
I haven't. It's just in a box downstairs. I just haven't. Even the
I've never been
VR
through it. This guy
headset
has Legos. He
thing.
talks about it sometimes. I've heard him talk. Robert Miller's like, "Oh, I have this Lego set that it hasn't
I have
even."
In the
Legos.
box.
I have like I always say, it should be a show. I just show you things that I have and never done.
Yeah, on it.
Like,
Let's go.
like this. Bought these for the kids, and we never did anything with them. Legos. I have the Mandalorian ship, the Razor Crest.
Honestly, the Legos are gonna appreciate. You'll be all right. Like
Yeah, I got
those,
the NES
Legos-
one too. The one I didn't build that one yet either.
yeah,
Are you?
those
Oh yeah, that was the one you showed me the last time I talked to you.
Yeah,
Like,
we
look at
found it
this.
in the garage. Yeah, I forgot it was there. Yeah,
good
Dude,
investment.
I want that one. I can't get it anymore.
my wife says I'm a hoarder. Can't
I
prove
mean, I if I didn't sell things, that would be me. So
Yeah. Oh, I get
Just-
told to sell things all the time. Yeah.
hey, if you need help, I got you.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So-
I'll let her give you her number. She'll be glad to get rid of half my stuff.
So I know the main topic was supposed to be GTA 6, and the
We'll get there.
trailer had just come out.
Yeah.
So I know we put that on the so I don't know if you guys saw the title. I did GTA all caps GTA 6 reactions. You can't believe what we saw.
Wow. Okay, I apologize for
This
this.
is-
This is the most clickbait thing I've ever read.
Get got and it's you had to wait half an hour.
Read first comment below.
Oh, that was funny. So I just thought it was funny. If someone gets a chuckle out of that, then
No, I don't
did
think
my
they
best.
will. This is YouTube. We're gonna get so much trash, but it's fine.
Perfect. Thanks for the engagement. But you know, the trailer came out. It came out minus 24 hours before it was supposed to. So let's talk about the official trailer launch.
I
that
still
came
wanna
out,
get
'cause
into how it
obviously we don't
happened.
watch
Did you
leaks.
hear how it got leaked?
Was it
A kid
it
of a
Son?
developer. Yeah, a kid of a
Yeah.
developer. So pretty much like the story of Grand Theft Auto 5 happened for the Grand Theft Auto trailer 6. Like, how hilarious is that? Because the kid's a mess up through it. That's the whole point of the movie, right? Michael's kid's an F up. And someone at Rockstar, their kid was like advertising Bitcoin in the release of the trailer. But
Good on him. Buso stonks.
I will
He
say
learned
this,
from Ubisoft with that little ad in the middle.
watching that trailer has me so jacked to play this game. First, that Tom Petty song. Oh my god. Did I downloaded it on iTunes like in a second? You're darn right I did. Like that, I was just like, that is a hidden gem Tom Petty song that I haven't heard in a long time. I was like, wow, I need that in my life. I am very impressed with the art design that they did. It's it's a little bit more crisper than it doesn't look next gen, I will say that. But I do think that the stylistic and the pastels that they used for the coloring, it just looks so good. Like that trailer shows a ton. That shows what's it, the hillbillies and the what was it, the other one? The other clan, because it
A
looks
lot
like
of the
clans.
Florida
So those will
man.
be the hustlers or whatever they are. But like, and then you had the social media interaction. So I'm wondering how they add that into the game. And you have the Bonnie and Clyde. I am so excited for a Bonnie and Clyde love story. Like I'm hoping. My hope is that they're going to give us choices, and we can make choices that affect the story along the way. I'm very curious on how this Bonnie and Clyde dynamic will play out, and if we're dying in a blaze of glory, or we're like going to like, how is that going to end? Because you know it can't end good. We're going on a crime spree in Florida or pseudo Florida. Vice City's back, and it's modern times. They're not putting it in a timepiece like the 80s or the 90s or whatever. It's modern times because they're using social media. So I'm very curious on how this plays out. Rockstar is so smart. The game's not coming out to what, 2025? And it is all people are going to talk about till this game releases. And based on how many views are that on YouTube, this will be the biggest video game release of all time.
Agree.
And what? It's going to come out in the PlayStation Pro and the Xbox XL. I'm still going to call it
8K
that.
baby.
8K.
It's going to be good.
It's
I
going to be great. Like it, and my biggest selling point is like I was sold just based upon the trailer, because I played it a lot. Grand Theft Auto Vice City with my brothers. We would all rotate the controller each mission, and
Yep.
what I love is that they had enough. I don't know what the word is, to say that it's not coming out till 2025. Like I thought that was great. Not
Cojones.
a yes, that's what because I appreciate that more than anything they're doing right now. They could put out the worst trailer ever and say it's coming out in 2025, and I'd be like, this is great because they're gonna fix it. But it
They
already
didn't
looks
even put out the
gorgeous.
yeah, like that trailer
Yeah,
is so
and I'm just
good.
like, this looks great. But hopefully it could do what they want it to do. But I don't know how it's going to work at first with Grand Theft Auto Online, if that's going to be tied in too.
But
But
it has
we'll
to be.
see.
I don't see how they don't tie in Grand
I
Theft Auto
wonder.
Online. I do find it interesting that I can, for some reason, can't get into the Red Dead Redemption 2, but like I am so jacked for Grand Theft Auto. Like I'm debating because I
Me
have
too.
finished it on
I couldn't
PlayStation
do Red
4,
Dead Redemption 2.
but I never finished Grand Theft Auto 5 on PlayStation 5.
really.
The upgrade, no. I finished it on PlayStation 4. I never finished it on PlayStation 5. And I'm like, do I go get those trophies? It's like $20 in the store, I'm pretty sure. It's always on sale.
It's like, I think trophies are ruining games.
Stop it.
Take that back.
Stop it. I'll
I
say this.
I hate that people always say you have to like complete the game by getting
No.
platinum. It's like,
I
no,
am
if I
not.
really
I'm not a
hated
platinum person.
myself, I would
If I finish a
platinum
game,
it.
I finish a game. I'm 2 trophies away right now in Assassin's Creed Mirage, and I
Oh,
don't think I'm gonna get them.
Hmm.
And it
see, I'm
burns
like
lava
that
right
with
now.
Horizon. Yeah, I'm the same way with Horizon. I got like 4 trophies left for the second Horizon, and I'm just I hate it. No drive to go back, but I do like the VR. I did like the VR.
The VR, Call of the Mountain was one of the
Oh
best VR games
yes,
I've ever played.
beautiful, amazing. There's a
Unbelievable.
reason I bought the VR too. Yeah, and Walkabout Mini Golf.
Dude, that's my favorite game by far on the PSVR 2. By far. Matt got the club.
Speaking of which, what did I got here? More garbage I bought. The Walkabout Mini Golf bandana.
Oh.
That game is so good. Like so good. We play it. You should play with me, Matt. Matt from the PlayStation Drive. We play it all the time.
I'd say I'd play it, but I am so random that I would probably end up not playing it.
Yeah, fair.
I got to a point where I'm just like, I don't even tell people I'm doing anything anymore. It's like if you see me on there, like the Division 2, I like that you just popped in. We didn't have to plan anything because
Dude,
the more I plan it, the less I
when
want
Heartland
to do
comes
it.
out, if Heartland is at PAX East, I'm going to lose my mind.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Lose my mind.
See, I'm trying to think of which big game was there when I was there last.
A
Oh,
Division
it was
2.
the Sony game with their motorcycle.
But you were there the last time you were there, Waba was there, and Division 2 was there. Yeah, so Grand Theft
Well, I
Auto.
did that one, but I
Here,
also did.
guys, it is
what's the motorcycle
$12.49.
game?
I am buying Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh wow,
Jesus, I have an issue.
dang! What is that game? It's that first party Sony game that had the guy with the motorcycle. I cannot for the life of me remember.
Oh no,
That
that's
was
Oh,
the big
Days Gone.
display
I
at
love that
PAX.
game. Days Gone. Love that game.
Yes. Yeah, that's where I met Joe and them from the trophy room. I gave them
No one
tickets
likes
to Sunday
no one likes
and
Days Gone.
Saturday.
It's a bad game.
I love Days Gone.
Bad game.
I like the intro. That's about it.
So one thing, and Courtney, I know you brought up like for GTA 6 the Bonnie and Clyde aspect. One concern I have is and maybe this is just me, but I didn't like switching between characters in GTA 5. I feel like it made the story feel disjointed.
Hot take. I
And-
don't think we do.
So my hope is that you get to pick one of them, or the game forces you to pick one of them, which is fine,
I
and
think
you
we're
just
the
continue the story that way.
I think we're the female protagonist the whole game.
I would be very okay with that. I just don't want to have to pick between both, because then I just feel like you miss out. And I didn't like the switching between them, or like, oh, let's say, oh, now I've got to pick, I don't know, Trevor, and like I get there and he's got like his pants off running away from the police. I'm like, I don't want that.
Jason and Lucille, I think it is Lucille and Jason. I think of the characters. Unless I will say this, Insomniac did a phenomenal job in Spider-Man 2 of you using both characters, but it never felt forced. You could switch between them, but you didn't really have to. To play the story, you just play as the character, and eventually it would switch you over to the other one because the other one is just not part of that. If they do it that way, I'm okay with it. But I actually really hope that we're just using the female protagonist. I'll double check her name. I think it's Lucille though.
It's almost like The Last of Us 2 shouldn't have did that because no one liked it. That
Okay,
you
I
just
like The
switch
Last of Us Part
protagonists.
2, but I still think The Last of Us Part
But
1.
that's my only thing that I didn't
Yeah.
like was the switching between characters. Like
I don't disagree with you.
I like one story.
I'm gonna have to agree with that.
It was a great story, but just don't break it up for me. Sell me 2 different discs, DLC.
So it is
Abby's back. DLC.
Yeah, exactly. I wrote an article on it. Yeah, Lucia.
That I would love to just play as one character again. I feel like you get so much more connected to like their experience and what they're thinking. And when you have multiple perspectives, it's like, I get you're trying to like show different angles of the same thing, but I feel like in 5 it didn't really work for me. And I understand that game like basically turned out to be a multiplayer game, and the single player was kind of like, but I don't know. It just I had different expectations going in, and then after I was like, 4 was better, in my opinion, at least from a single player perspective. So that's my only concern. If they give me a choice to stick with one the whole time, I'm happy. If they only give me one person, whoever that is, I'm happy.
But did you like Grand Theft Auto 5?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Nah.
I just didn't like. I thought that. So for me, like, I'm not a big open world person, and even though it's like, oh well, you love Days Gone, I do. But I think the storytelling needs to be like really strong, and I felt like GTA's wasn't. It's very fetch questy anyway, in my opinion. Even 4 was.
It's
but
like
I
they
thought the
expect you to do
characters
the
were
random craziness just to fill the slots.
Exactly. It's they put the. It's okay for this to happen. So when I'm saying this, I understand that games like Minecraft succeed on this, but this is not the experience that I prefer. So that's my disclaimer. I don't prefer games where they put the onus on the player to make the story fun for them. I like when they tell me a story. Now, again, I recognize that I'm kind of being a contrarian to one of the biggest franchises of all time. I'm not saying I love Vice City. I love San Andreas. Like, I have a history of loving all these titles. I want them to give me like reason to keep moving on. Otherwise, I'm just going to stop and be like, why am I doing this? I've done this for, 15 years. But with the trailer we just saw, again, very encouraging that's going to be the experience. You get to, learn about the dynamic, the relationship between these two people and doing whatever. And like, that's very compelling to me. So I'm actually really hopeful, which I'm excited for, because before the trailer, when I heard it was coming out, I was like, oh, okay. Like, we'll see. And we did see. Looks amazing.
And I'm glad PC gets it later. That way people can enjoy it before the mods.
That's actually fair.
That's just me.
That.
Yeah. I like it that way. You could laugh at the stupid crap like the Simpsons characters they'll put in later and whatnot.
Jesus. The people that were referenced in the GTA trailer, because I don't know if you guys realize this, like the guy with the tatted face and the lady with the hammer and all that, they're all coming after Rockstar for money. They won't win. I wonder if they realized that same thing happened when GTA 5 came out. Everybody tried to sue Rockstar. No one won. They can use likenesses of anybody as long as they're not calling them that person's name and change it enough. It could be anybody.
It's kind of a parody. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sorry.
You also put it online. Like, you published it.
Those videos, they're everywhere. You can't see who actually has the original.
Ugh. Well, good luck to them. Maybe they'll get $1.
I saw like this is Rockstar. Like it was interesting. I was right before the trailer dropped. I was like, oh, all content creators, like don't react to this trailer. You're just gonna get demonetized.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Like,
so
what are you
everybody
thinking?
that did it, they all got demonetized, and they're like, "Oh my god!" Like the big sites that did it didn't care because they just want the clicks anyways. Because you're gonna get subscribers out of it, and it works for them. They don't care. Like the kind of funnies of the world, they'll get demonetized for one video, but they've got to cover Grand Theft Auto. But the amount of small creators that were complaining, they're like, "Rockstar, you're taking." I'm like, "Do you not? Rockstar is like Nintendo. Do not mess with their money. They want
Mm-hmm.
it.
Yeah.
They don't want to give
Well,
it to
you
you.
know
Rockstar
what's
doesn't. They don't demonet. What they'll do is they don't copyright strike your videos. They demonetize them, so that any monetization comes to them.
um,
So the monetization, they still get their money. You can have your video up. They don't take it down. They don't ask you to take the video down. You can use whatever you want, but any ad revenue that you make from said video will go to them.
yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah,
Get
same.
rocked.
Yeah. Well, did you see Jeff Keighley's post today saying no videography, like you can't record at the Game Awards, which I thought was crazy. Like they expect people to not record anything.
People are going to, and honestly, like,
Exactly.
how do I put this? Again, I'm a big fan of Space for the Inbound, Games for Impact. Like, they're there. Like, all
Yeah.
the heads of the studio's Trojan cores. Like, you imagine they walk up. I'm already planning on it. I'm very excited for this. I'm putting this out in the universe. You think if they don't win, they don't want, like, basically, like, a recording of them coming up to the table and walking up? Like, that's, like, you're gonna, like, deny, like, again, there are, like, some smaller, like, and I say smaller, like, non-AAA studios. Like, this is, like, their thing. Like, I will tell you this, there might be some big studios that are like, okay, whatever. But, like, for, like, other ones, like, this is a big deal. And I think they should be able to experience however they want. It's not like they're going to film the whole thing and put on their Twitch channel and you're going to watch, you know,
Yeah, you always see, like, actors and stuff at the
BillyBungus.ttv
Oscars
instead of
filming
Jeff
everything,
Keighley's
right?
channel.
Well,
Like, what do they
wondering if
expect?
it's going to be so pre-recorded that they're going to want like a reaction before everything gets tweeted out, so that they got first dibs.
That's a
So
good
what are
point.
they
You think-
asking people not to use their phones at all?
They can't do any recording, no nothing. That was the post that he put up like 6 hours ago. That was just a picture of that sign that said no videography or recording with your phones, like nothing.
Hey, Jeff, how about you worry about people running up on stage and asking about Bill Clinton? Like, seriously,
Yeah.
you're putting your priorities in the wrong space if you're worried about people, because considering you're going to be posting it on YouTube and everyone's going to be rebroadcasting their reactions. Worry about the safety of the people there, because you let some guy, and again, he's for whatever reason he's everywhere, but you let some guy just walk up on stage and just say whatever he wanted.
The safest
what did
people
it-
there were
what
the
did it have
women
anything to
because
do
they
with his
weren't there.
phone Do that. Sorry, Rob.
Oh no, I said the safest people there were the women because they weren't there.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I had to. I
You
had
kind of
to.
have a point. Last year did not.
He got a lot of
percent.
slack for that one. Yeah. It was
Fair.
the boys sleepover. Yeah.
Well, I actually saw some of the presenters, so I'm glad that's being addressed. So they're getting definitely more.
Yeah, I saw
diversity
the God of
because
War
last year
guys
was
there.
not.
Here, I will
Yeah.
say this on behalf of all Canadians. Jeff Keighley is Canadian. He is
Yeah.
not like Ryan Reynolds Canadian. He does not brag that he is Canadian. He doesn't support Canada. There's like 4 outlets in all of Canada that even get to vote on the Game Awards. He treats Canada like they don't exist, and it's rather sad. And from a Canadian's perspective, shame. We apologize for Jeff Keighley, Canada. Canada apologized for Jeff Keighley not supporting Canada. Like, I'm not saying you know, have a Canadian award and all that kind of stuff, but like,
He should wear a
I have
lapel.
never
like
met a
little
Canadian
flag.
not talk about them be like Ryan Reynolds wears it as a badge of honor. Jeff Keighley wears it as like, sorry, I'm Canadian.
There's Jim
Sorry.
Carrey.
Yes.
He
Do
does.
you
wear-
want to
okay.
go? Ask me. I'll tell you who's Canadian, who isn't. Go.
That's the only one I knew.
Okay.
That
That's
was
the
Mark
only
Summers?
Canadian.
Was Mark Summers? Wait, was Mark Summers from
Who's Mark
Nickelodeon?
Summers?
Like he was the host.
Mark
of,
Summers,
like,
yeah, he did What Would You Do, and he did Double
yeah,
Dare.
and then How It's Made.
Yes.
Yeah,
He's Canadian.
that's what I thought. Yeah,
We stole him, dude. I had no idea.
didn't steal
He had
anybody.
no
Alex Trebek.
accent.
Alex
he was
Trebek.
going to fight Burt
Canadian.
Reynolds. I remember that. Yeah,
Ryan Gosling.
I'm that old.
Canadian.
Ryan
Justin
Gosling's
Bieber.
Canadian too,
Yeah.
but he was just an American hero.
Canadian.
He's Canadian.
Jim Carrey, Canadian. William Shatner, Canadian.
What? There's
John
no
Candy,
Canada in
baby.
space. I'm actually getting kind of offended that all these people I like are
John
Canadian.
Candy was Canadian, right?
100%.
Who?
Dan
Yeah, John
Aykroyd,
Candy.
Canadian. The funniest people And the most good-looking people in Hollywood, guess what? They're Canadian, man. It is what it is.
I don't know many
I don't
Canadian.
like this.
You know me, I'm Canadian.
I know, but
It
other
just
than that,
bugs
like
me.
I feel bad. Like I feel like I should know more Canadians, but I.
Yeah,
Oh, Sean Capri. Oh shit! Shoot.
Yeah.
Shatner's from Montreal, DJ Spencer says. Are you kidding me? Oh, God.
I'm from Montreal.
Le. Star Trek.
I just started watching Star Trek, and it is pretty.
Don't
good.
anymore. You're just, he's from Montreal. Just stop.
I will say this, well, but you're from Massachusetts. You might as well just be Canadian at this point. It's like what people from Massachusetts are like, well, we're from Massachusetts. Well, you're American. We're from Massachusetts.
Hey, I mean, we were British at one point, but, you know, we put a stop to that single-handedly.
I joke to someone that I know from Massachusetts, like I'm like, you'd rather be Canadian than American half the time. They're like, yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the whole state would. Yeah, it's fine. Think about it. If you tell the whole state of Massachusetts, hey, by the way, you're no longer American now. You just became Canadian and you have free healthcare. They're gonna be like, yeah, I'm in. I'm in.
I don't think they would, because the first thing they'd say is, do we have to replace our Dunkin' Donuts with Tim Hortons?
No,
and if the answer for that was yes, that's how you get another revolution.
But Vermont would be like later. All right.
You can have Vermont.
Oh, come on.
I'm telling you, you can have Vermont. You can have it for future considerations. You can have Vermont.
We'll trade you. We'll take Toronto.
We'll even give you Northern New Hampshire, not the ones with the liquor stores off 95.
I even know this. Do you know that the Star Spangled? Do you know that the American national anthem was written in Baltimore?
Yeah, right. I grew up right down the street. Yeah, I went to Francis Scott Key Elementary School. Yeah.
When he talks with the whole thing is about him watching the waterfront in Baltimore. It's a poem about him watching everything going on.
Yeah, Fort McHenry. It's amazing. They have the flag there and reenactments.
Look at me. A Canadian knows all this stuff about.
Beautiful.
I've been to Baltimore. I love Baltimore. I
love Baltimore.
I was there for 48 hours and I had a blast for 48 hours in Baltimore. And when I first went, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to Baltimore. But
after I left Maryland, I was like 48% Old Bay. That stuff is good. They know what they're doing down there.
Soft shell
My
crab.
goodness. Yeah. No, just the seasoning, not the crap. I put it on chicken fingers and then I put it in my food up here. I bought so much Old Bay.
Oh, it's so good. I have a keychain. Yeah, I take it everywhere of Old Bay. Yeah. It's a staple.
So
you're
real local. That's awesome.
I am real.
I need to get one of those for my Baltimore.
Are you a Washington Capitals fan? No.
No. To be honest, back in the day, like early hockey for me, like in the 80s, I liked Detroit Red Wings and Federal. Like that was
the 90s.
The only hockey that I knew.
The 90s.
Yeah, 90s. Yeah.
Sorry. Were the Caps good?
Well, no,
were the Caps good pre-Ovi?
I honestly
so close to where the Caps play. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest here. Washington D.C. is in Maryland. It's Baltimore.
Oh, right? Yeah, it's almost like Landover. Yeah, it's almost where the Redskins or
because they're just this little thing. It's the District of Columbia. That's this little thing on its own. Yeah. It's really Baltimore. It's just downtown. It's the nice downtown Baltimore. Let's
45 minutes from D.C. Yeah,
it's the nice downtown
all
Baltimore.
The time. There's free zoo.
There's 3 downtown Baltimores. There's the one that's blocked off. There's the one that's on the waterfront, and then there's Washington.
Oh, there's Austin Street, Inner Harbor, and the West Side. Yeah, we got 3.
There's 3.
Yeah, I'm from the South Side. Yeah, I'm from the Inner Harbor side. Yeah.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on Delaware?
Geez. No. It doesn't need to exist.
Do you go to Virginia much?
I mean, no. We have a condo down the beach, so we go down. We don't even go into Delaware. We just go all the way across Maryland to the Ocean City, Maryland.
So we
go up to Delaware if we don't want to pay taxes. We just go up there to the outlets.
Good.
And then we don't pay taxes.
I always laugh because I have a Delaware. I always think of like Wayne's World, the movie. It's like, I'm in Delaware, and it's just like this.
Well, Delaware used to be nice, and then once Biden became president 2.0, security and police were like everywhere down. So.
Oh yeah, because he's there, right? Yeah, that's not his fault.
Yeah,
Delaware's where you incorporate that.
So it's like slower. Traffic is
like
so
I remember going through West Baltimore, and I was.
Ooh,
it's the most shocked. Well, so
that's the most Baltimore you can get there, pal.
So the person I was with, we were driving an Impala, and he was just put on aviator sunglasses, And so we drove, and everybody thought
Oh.
we were cops, right? Because automatically they think you're cops.
Yeah, you guys
I
have the
was
white
more
cup
I was more
hair.
shocked
Yeah.
on we don't have that in Canada. We don't have I don't want to
People
call it
that look like
slums because
cops.
that's not what it is. People live there, and
Oh,
that's an insult to them. It's just I think it's just um
the projects. Yeah.
but I don't think it's I truly think it's the city's fault.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's not the people that live there, it's the city that made it what it is. Anyways, we won't get into that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
felt you're just like, "Oh my god." You're just in
It's
shock.
bad. Yeah.
I love
I used
how
to play
Delaware to
basketball
you.
over there. Yeah.
Delaware to you is like New Hampshire to Massachusetts. Go over there for free
Delaware's not
tax
bad.
free.
It's the only part of Delaware that's bad is by the prison because most of the people that get released there have nowhere to go, so they're usually right around the prison for like a while.
Delaware is the place you incorporate, and that's all I know.
Yeah.
If you're looking to incorporate a business, you operate out of Delaware.
So
You get those sweet benefits.
just to give everybody a heads up, the Three Dads in the Console has been incorporated in Delaware.
Coming soon to a Delaware,
Oh,
Rotary
boy.
meeting near you.
Tax haven.
Yeah, let's go.
Just go to speed limit. That's my only recommendation. You won't get stopped at frisk, I promise. Speed limit.
So I know we're coming up against it. Any final thoughts for the folks from either of you, Robbie or Court?
I got honestly, if you want to watch the Game Awards, have fun with it. It is what it is. You like it, make a night of it if you want. Other than that,
Yeah, don't be sore if your game didn't make it.
yeah, like it's just who cares? Just
But
be
if
happy.
Space for
really-
the Inbound
yeah.
doesn't win, then you should be mad.
No,
I'm mad that
Yes.
Warframe doesn't win best ongoing game every year because it's been going for like 12 years now. But like it never gets nominated. But they have like the
Just
best
remember
developers ever.
these Game
Canada.
Awards are not popularity contests. Yeah. We have BioWare. Well, I won't. We'll let that one go for now. But they got to bring out a good game again.
My final thought is, if you have $25, go to Amazon and buy a giant sweatshirt, and you will never be cold again.
My wife and kids both have one, so yes, I can concur that they love those things.
I'm telling you. So that's my final thought. Folks, if you had fun, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube, youtube.com/that's in a console. Check us out on Spotify. If you want to hang out with Robert Miller, where can they find you and the things you're doing?
Usually at home, but if
Don't go to his house.
I'm very friendly, you can come on over. I can show you some stuff. It's fine. I got
Capri Suns.
But you can't really find me anywhere recently. Yeah, I'm on Twitch, Smooth423 or RobbyBobbyMiller. I think I'm on YouTube now too. I'm not quite sure, but yeah.
I'm not quite sure.
No.
I'm the man of mystery.
I've been out of the game for a while. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm usually home or work.
Out of the game, but they keep bringing me right back in, guys. If you had fun
Yeah.
again, please hang out with us. We have, check out our Twitter at 3dadspod. We've actually had some cool giveaways on there too, especially if you like The Sims. And our website, which is churning out articles daily. Sometimes it feels like hourly. Court, you've been crushing it on there. 3dadsconsole.com.
I will not be doing anything during the Game Awards. It'll all be the next day. So if you want to,
I'm gonna live tweet it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do anything.
I'm gonna have 2 articles ready to go if Space for the Inbounds wins and if it doesn't.
Hey, good, sure, please.
It'd be
And then
interesting
I'm
to see
gonna
where you
publish
share
both.
from. I wonder who's going to share the most, Game Rant or IGN? Like before Jeff Keighley gets a chance to even announce it.
Dude,
Oh
I
my
always laugh
goodness.
at
Dropped
IGN and all that.
everywhere.
They just put up. They don't do it. They just put up the trailer. They're just like, there's the trailer.
Yeah. And then they reacted how they reacted about the reaction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll
They
react.
react about the react.
Yeah, so if we react to us reacting to the reaction.
No.
All right,
And
guys,
give
see you
us the
later.
reaction.
And we'll see you soon. I have to hit the button. Oh crap. I have to hit the button. Bye.